Welcome to your 3-minute crash course on constructive conflict, Jed. Tell us about constructive conflict.
And we've done podcasts in the past around managing conflict effectively. And on today's podcast, I wanted to spend a bit more time on why sometimes you might want to actually initiate some conflict on your team. Why sometimes conflict can actually be a good thing.
All right. Well, tell us why I want to do this, because conflict's bad, isn't it?
Conflict is not always bad. If you're getting fistfights in the hallway, that's bad.
Yeah.
If you're utilizing conflict in order to make sure that the best possible ideas are extracted from a meeting, for example, we have a good chance to debate ideas, you're actually going to end up with a better solution. So sometimes good, honest, open, candid disagreement is actually going to help you get to a better solution than if you don't have the kind of environment where those things can be surfaced. So it also just helps you make sure that you can talk about those crucial topics, right? So, in some organizations, there's those sacred cows that we all know are there, but we never seem to want to address them.
Yep.
That's when conflict can actually be good. Let's get it on the table and start talking about these things. Yeah, we might not all agree. We might not all see things the same sort of way, but we need to deal with it rather than just sweep it under the rug. It can also, if you do it well, it can also help stifle some of that pocket veto, that passive resistance, where they nod their head in the meeting in seeming to agree.
Right.
When in fact, behind the scenes, behind other people's backs, they're talking about it and they're not aligned at all. So this is why servicing conflict can actually be a good thing, to get those things on the table, get those things talked about. You get better solutions. You talk about things that are important to the business, and you can at least minimize some of those, the backroom politics or the pocket veto after everybody leaves the room.
All right. So channel your inner Jeff Foxworthy and give me some warning signs that maybe I need to do a better job of surfacing conflict on my team.
If you think back about your meetings over the course of the last number of months and you think, God, I hold some really boring meetings, you might have a problem with not enough conflict. You're not talking, you're not having a good heated debates at times. Your meetings are boring. That might be a sign.
All right.
We talked about this back channel politics, so sort of, the talking about things or ideas behind people's backs versus in the meeting. That might be another good sign.
Okay.
Your team avoiding those controversial topics. Again, it's those sacred cows that the team just doesn't want to address. That's another good sign that you might need to surface some conflict on something. If silence is viewed as agreement on your team, all right, and many of your team members seem to be silent all too often, that might be another good sign that servicing some conflict could be a good idea for you and your team.
So if any of these things sound familiar, Jed, we encourage people to go out and punch somebody right in the face. So, no, actually, we don't. But we do encourage you to go back to the Wiley Manager website and pull off our information there, or check us out on iTunes or on our YouTube channel. Jed and I do a full-length podcast on this where we talk lots more and about some of the things you can do to address these things. And we encourage you to go check those things out. Till next time, Jed.
Thank you, Bob.
See ya.